My name is Paul McCarthy. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for coming and giving me your time. I know your time is very valuable to you and it is very much appreciated. I'm the president of MMD, the American side of the company. I've worked with MMD for over 30 years. And just a little interesting story. Yesterday, on the drive from the airport here, the taxi driver asked me how long I'd been in the industry, in the mining industry. And I said, well, just over 30 years. Well, actually, I'm from a small mining village in the UK, same as a lot of the guys with MMD. And that mining village would never have existed if it wasn't for mining. It had a small coal mine. So actually, I've been in the industry since the day I was born. If it wasn't for the mining industry, I don't know where I'd be in the world. So I just thought I'd share that with you because mining's my life. Just a short disclaimer that our media guys are asking us to put on everything we put out there these days, so hopefully you'll all read that and take that in. So just a short video of MMD's existing equipment to show you what our capabilities are. A quick rundown of who we are. We believe that we're world leaders in mining technology. We were established in 1978, just over 40 years ago. And we're now, from a company that started with 10 or 12 people, we're now employing over 600 people in over 17 countries around the world. We've sold over 3,000 sizes in many countries around the world. We now have manufacturing facilities on 5 continents. A quick overview of where our offices are around the world. We have a kind of an even spread in most parts across the world. And our manufacturing facilities, there in the UK, top left is where we started, and that's the same office today as we started in almost 40 years ago. Australia, China, South Africa, and India. So we're very proud of what in essence is a small, family-built company. Our core products, initially we started with the sizer there on the left. Pretty simple piece of kit, but we've now sold over 3,000 of those machines, doing anywhere from minus 100 tons an hour up and over 15,000 tons an hour. We then went on to manufacturing feeders, not necessarily because we were looking for a different product. We were just looking for a feeder that we could dump a truck onto, and we couldn't find one out there. So what we made is what we call an extreme duty, because everybody calls their feeders heavy duty right now. So we make a feeder that's not the cheapest feeder in the world, but it is the strongest feeder in the world. And we incorporated those 2 pieces of equipment into many mining applications, static, semi-mobile and mobile in-pit sizing stations. Typical example is one we did in China there, in the center bottom, approximately 3 years ago, which is processing over 15,000 tons an hour. So, the future of mining. We like to think that's exactly what MMD is doing. What I want to talk to you today is just 2 new pieces of kit that we've put on the market. Although a lot of the pictures I'm going to show you today are animations, both these are actually manufactured. The fully mobile surge loader is currently being built and will go into operation at the Rio Tinto copper mine and should be in operation towards the end of next month. And then the bulk ore sorting system, which I'm just going to touch on briefly as we're going to do another presentation in more detail on that at 2:30. So, what are the problems? We did a search on Wikipedia for trucks and shovels, and this is what we found. So, in a period of over 100 years, 1909 to 2019, other than the scale, pretty much nothing's changed.
All around the world, the shovel is regarded as an essential investment for mining. However, when partnered with trucks, their efficiency drops drastically. Safety being paramount, the shovel is forced to wait while each truck maneuvers into position. Loading raw material directly into the truck is challenging. A fluctuating volume of material in each shovel bucket and the size of rocks results in a variable fill factor for each truck. This can lead to truck bed damage or underutilization. The number of shovel swings and the time required to fill each truck becomes unpredictable due to the material digging process. The impact of irregular loading wreaks havoc with fleet cycle times, with trucks getting congested or too spread out, leaving the shovel waiting again. These issues are repeated time and time again with each truck.
So there are just some of the issues with the current truck and shovel mining method. So, traditional truck and shovel, they rarely fulfill their potential. Shovels these days are built to do 10,000–12,000 tons an hour, but we've yet to find one that consistently does that, and usually they only operate at between 6,000 and 7,000 tons an hour. The reason being either waiting on or the manoeuvring of trucks. So when the oil trucks are available, it's difficult to load them to the maximum payload. You know, if a truck takes 300 tons, do you put 3 shovels in it, or do you put 3.5 shovels in it? And if you put a half a shovel, what are you losing there, time-wise? So typically, trucks are only ever loaded to a nominal 85% or even overfilled. The reason for this, poor loading. The knock-on effects of this poor loading are either an underfilled truck or an overfilled truck. Overfilled trucks having issues with the oil mining roads. So, a famous American guy, Henry Ford, once said something along these lines. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. So, what have MMD done about this? There on the left is a typical truck and shovel operation. So what we've done is we've decoupled the shovel from the truck. And in between there, we've put our surge loader.
But now, introducing the very latest innovation from MMD, the fully mobile surge loader. A mobile feeder designed to tackle intermittent loading in truck and shovel operations. Firstly, trucks are spotted using the latest 3D cameras and RFID technology, or simple mechanical markers to assist truck alignment. trucks are loaded faster than when they're loaded directly by the shovel, in a method that is also safer and reduces wear on the truck fleet. The shovel operator continues loading unrestricted while the hopper stockpiles material ready for delivery to the trucks, maximizing shovel utilization to nearly 95%. The surge loader provides the optimum fill level to every truck via material level detectors. This ensures each truck is hauling at maximum capacity. With the shovel working continuously and the trucks spotting and loading faster, the system efficiency increases. The answer to truck and shovel inefficiencies is here: the MMD fully mobile surge loader. MMD, Green Mining Solutions.
So what we've done is we've taken away the need for the shovel to have to stop working, waiting for the truck, and the truck to arrive and waiting for the shovel. Both can run and rely without the other one being in operation.
In 2004, MMD successfully implemented a feeder loading system in Colombia. A dragline fed the MMD stations, which were capable of loading several trucks simultaneously. A solution which is still in operation today. The 2013 fully mobile sizer, perfected in China, provides the basis for making the surge loader a mobile solution. The integrated hopper, feeder, and twin crawlers all feature on the new MMD design. Proven technology from Colombia and China combined in the fully mobile surge loader.
So what we're trying to show there is, although the surge loader is new to MMD, the equipment, mainly the tracks and the plate feeder, are not new. We've been making them for many years. So it's existing equipment, just put in a different configuration. So the production advantages of the surge loader: increased production rates. Typically, an increase of between 15% and 40% can be seen. The utilization of the shovel can go up to 95%. It reduces truck waiting and queuing time. The surge loader can load a truck in 95 seconds. That's drive in, drive out. The current truck and shovel method takes approximately 190 seconds to load a truck, drive in, drive out. So right there you've got a reduction in time of over 50%. There's also a number of added safety benefits with the surge loader. Firstly, you're moving the truck driver away from the dump point of the shovel. You're reducing the shock loadings because it's an even feed of material onto the truck. He's now not getting an instant 100-ton load onto the back of his truck. Because we're loading the truck in the precise position, it reduces the potential for tyre blowouts. The spotting is much simplified because he's driving forward in and driving forward out. No reversing manoeuvres required. What we're trying to show here on this slide is that we've designed the surge loader, the load end of the surge loader, in the same height and plan view of your biggest truck, and that can be changed to suit client requirements. So the shovel's not trying to hit something different. What he's trying to hit is what he knows, same size and shape as the truck.
The MMD fully mobile surge loader has been designed to load haul trucks faster, more efficiently, and safer than ever before. With safety as a top priority, MMD have integrated a loading protection system to protect both the driver and the truck from the impact of large boulders. The surge loader continually analyzes the fill of each truck, assessing whether the load would be unstable with the addition of a large boulder. The protection system is triggered when a large boulder is identified by the oversized proximity sensor. If the truck cannot accept the boulder, the feeder stops and reverses to draw back material. A heavy-duty chain curtain assists in holding back the material from the tip point. If the additional boulder would create an unstable load, the truck is signaled to depart. When loading the next truck, the bed of material preceding the boulder acts to absorb the impending impact and reduces wear on the truck body. Normal loading resumes until the system is triggered once again. MMD, Green Mining Solutions.
So simply put, what we're trying to show there is that it's as important to not overload the truck as it is to load it to the right level. So the surge loader is an autonomous piece of equipment, no operators. So how does this thing move? The shovel operator is happily digging away at material, putting it into the surge loader. Eventually he runs out of material and has to move his shovel. What he then does, he has an HMI screen in his cab, and what he does, he taps the screen. On this particular operation, he's tapped at 3 o'clock. He wants the surge loader or the dumping point to be at 3 o'clock from his shovel. He swipes his finger down to a southeasterly direction. That's the direction he wants the feeder to discharge at. He then presses a button and GPS system brings the surge loader to that point. So, because of its versatility, excellent maneuverability and on-the-spot turning and compact size, the surge loader can work on a bench that's only 65 yards wide. And that's based on the D10 15,000 ton per hour surge loader. Just a short animation here showing a typical indexing mining operation. Trucks are driving in, forward and out forward. Shovel operation is not waiting on trucks. So we've done a couple of comparable scenarios or setups here. We've based this first one on a 60 cubic meter rope shovel and a 350 ton capacity truck. So to load that truck, it takes 3 passes, 120 seconds. The spotting time, because it has to back and reverse in, takes 60 seconds. So the total kick out or cycle time is 180 seconds. On the right-hand side there, we've done it, if you can load dual trucks, the loading time is still the same, 3 passes at 40 seconds per pass, but the spotting time comes down to 20 seconds. So even with a double-sided loading application, you've got 140 seconds loading time. So on this one, we've done exactly the same shovel, a 60 cubic meter shovel and a 350 ton capacity truck, but we've put the 15,000 ton per hour surge loader between these. So the loading time, because we're now loading at 15,000 tons an hour, comes down to 84 seconds. The spotting time, because he's driving forward in and forward out, is 20 seconds, making a total cycle or kick-out time of 104 seconds. And even on the double-sided loading, that's a 26% increase and a 43% increase on a single-sided loading. The surge loader comes in 4 different sizes depending on what application you want to put it into, generally based on Caterpillar, D4, D7, D10, D11. The D4 processing up to 3,000 tonnes an hour, the D7 up to 7,000 tonnes an hour, the D10 up to 15,000 tonnes an hour, and the D11 at over 15,000 tonnes an hour. Generally, we build the dump hopper at 2.5 times the truck capacity, but that can be custom built to suit client requirements. Just some other pieces of equipment we have on there. Because we want to position that truck in an ideal, perfect loading pattern, we have what we call Christmas tree lights, positioning him as he drives in. He's looking at those lights, and the lights are flashing, telling him if he's coming in straight, whether he needs to move left or right. We also have those on the sides of the machine at the cab line, so he knows where and when to stop. The RFID sensors pick up the RFID tag on the truck, so we know exactly what truck's coming in, what size the truck is, and what bed he's got on there, so we know exactly how much tonnage to put in there. So, the key advantages of the surge loader: increased production between 15 and up to 40%, fewer trucks required, improved truck fill factor. Now we can fill a truck up to 98%. Increased shovel utilization. The shovel's now working up to 95% of its capabilities. Less wear and tear on the trucks and tyres because we put in an even load on the truck. Improved safety. And it's all fully autonomous. So that's the surge loader. What I'm going to finish with here is I've got just 4 or 5 slides on our bulk ore sorting system. Now this is something I'm going to get through pretty quickly. We've got another presentation at 2:30 in ballroom number 2, where we're going to talk a little bit more detail about the ore sorting system. So what is a bulk ore sorting system? Simply, it's a way of separating the ore from the waste. So what are the benefits? Firstly, improved ore and waste management. The sooner you can process and identify those two materials, the sooner you can make a decision on what to do with them. Hauling only the ore and not the waste to the process plant. Why transport the waste to the processing plant when it's of no use to anybody? Gives you the ability to upgrade the ore through high-grade recovery. There's less energy usage because you're only processing the ore that you need. It's a more sustainable mining method. It gives downstream benefits at the SAG mill and reduces tailings required. So, how does it work? It's an ore analyzer. These things have been around for many years now, and MMD aren't making the ore analyzer. We're just putting it in a different position. What are MMD doing that's different? We are deploying the sensor in a completely new setup than traditional methods. We are bringing the sensors closer to the mine face to reduce the potential of diluting material further than is necessary. Here's just an example of some of the sensors that are already out there on the market. X-ray fluorescent, gamma neutron activation, fast thermal neutron activation, and magnetic resonance. And there's just a short list of some of the manufacturers of that equipment. So the bulk sorting system has 6 separate pieces: the feeder module, the sizer module, the intermediate conveyor, elevating conveyor, a grizzly sorting gate, and radial stackers.
System operation is commenced, with material delivered into the receiving hopper directly onto the MMD heavy-duty apron plate feeder. The regulated feeder drive ensures a consistent material feed into the system. MMD's patented twin-shaft mineral sizer sizes material to a defined three-dimensional product size. Deploying advanced technology, an ore analyzer sensor unit assesses the quality of the raw material. Utilizing neutron generators and gamma rays determines material quality as waste or ore. The sensor takes a 30-second cycle to complete its assessment of material. Integral to MMD's system design is an automated sorting gate, which is operated by the ore analyzer sensor unit. When closed, waste material is diverted off. Fines minus 25 millimeters are captured for the ore stockpile. Alternatively, when the sorting gate is open, 100% of ore-grade material is captured. The sorting gate also works with an integrated cleaning comb to ensure any material blockages are removed during operation. Material is efficiently diverted onto two radial stackers, one for ore and one for waste. The grading of material to be captured can be customized as required. Production efficiency increases dramatically and operating costs drop.
So, although that is obviously only an animation, we do have these systems in and operating. So the key advantages of the bulk ore sorting system: you can revisit existing waste stockpiles for additional or further ore recovery. It reduces the processing costs because you're only processing the ore material and not the waste. It reduces haulage costs because you're only hauling the ore and the waste can be left in the mine. It's an automated system, requires no personnel to operate the plant, all giving increased productivity, a reduction in OPEX costs, and increased profitability. So for more detail on the bulk sorter, as I mentioned at the beginning, Chris Pearson with MMD will be doing a presentation in ballroom number 2 at 2:30, giving a lot more detail on the bulk sorter. So, again, thank you very much for your time and for listening to me. It's very much appreciated. Any questions? Thank you. Any questions?
Don't forget to say your name and where you're from.
Yes. Tommaso Veneroso. I'm the president and CEO of Casting, based out of New York. Quick question. On the crusher, on the sorting module that you presented last, what is the time of changing the crushing parts, and what kind of metals are you guys using for?
That all depends. Every ore is different.
Of course, yeah.
Even the same ore is different. MMD started in the coal industry, okay, and of course very little wear. We're now moving into some very abrasive materials, so of course the change rate goes up.
Of course.
It's a question I don't know if I can answer without knowing some more details of the material that you're talking about. But we're actually on booth 2, and if you'd like to come and talk to us, we can get into a little bit more detail on that. Sure. It's very different from one material to another.
Of course, tell me about it. Thanks.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Paul. I'm
Thank
always
you.
amazed how the mining industry can make moving dirt sexy.